should we do a video about all the accommodations? Like rating all the accommodations and saying what kind of people live in this kind of accommodation for new people that are going to study and work?
Yeah, we could talk about some of the accommodations, not all of them. Have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Hello guys, so today we are going to speak to you people that want to go into work and don't know which accommodation to choose. We're going to run you through different accommodations and tell you about how it was living in those accommodations. Warwick campus has 14 halls of residence and you need to choose which one you're going to when you are applying. We are going to run through all of them now and talk about what kind of people you can participate and live in with in this kind of accommodation. And because I feel like every accommodation in Warwick has a certain vibe to it because of where it's located.
I'm going to tell you about BLUEBELL, which is the most popular one. Not in my opinion. I think BLUEBELL is overrated. BLUEBELL is where you go if mommy and daddy have so much money. That's all I have to say, period.
This is what people say when they don't get into BLUEBELL, but BLUEBELL was their first choice.
Well, it's overrated. It looks ugly as hell. It looks like a prison. Okay? And
what
that's it.
Did BLUEBELL do to you?
BLUEBELL is just overrated. It rejected me is what happened. I got rejected from BLUEBELL.
Let me tell you what I think about that. It was my first choice as well, but it just so happened that I was applying to clearance, so obviously no BLUEBELL for me because everyone wants a room in BLUEBELL. Everyone, all the international students, and there is not enough for everyone. So I wanted, oh my god, it costs now £208 per week. When I was applying, it was like £176 per week.
Same.
Yeah, now it went up so much, and it has 505 rooms, and every room has an ensuite bathroom. So this was a perfect choice for me. When I came here over the open day, I thought that I want to go to BLUEBELL. I don't want any social life. I want to be antisocial. I want to study. I want to concentrate on my studies. I don't want friends. I just want to be like a nerd. I want it because I want to finish with the first and I want to get the best job and all that. It didn't happen that way. I ended up in Westwood. To which we can switch.
We went
right
from
now.
BLUEBELL, best one, to Westwood, the worst. Literally.
Okay, Westwood is not the worst. In terms of how big the rooms are, Westwood's rooms are the best ones. They're even bigger than the BLUEBELL's rooms. Only the disabled rooms in BLUEBELL are bigger than Westwood rooms.
Here's the only good thing about Westwood. Westwood is a community of its own. It's isolated from campus. So if you like to live separate from everybody else, Westwood is where you go. If you're someone that loves to do sports, live in Westwood because all the pitches where you practice, it's in Westwood, and that's all you need to know.
I lived in Westwood, and because I applied for clearance in Westwood, there were only people that applied for clearance. It was nice. At first, everyone seemed to be really friendly, and we were partying a lot. Westwood was like a constant party house.
Let's get this accommodation out of the way.
Yeah, let's
because
get
it's
it out
really
of the way.
bad. Whitefields, £80 only. You know why it's so cheap? If you want to live in a house, in a small tiny crib with God knows how many people, a lot of people, you're forced to socialize.
Did you live there?
I didn't live there, but my friends did, and they said that you're forced to socialize because in Whitefields you can't hide anywhere. It's a small house, you face everybody, your rooms are literally touching each other, walls are paper thin, and you pay £81. So the only good thing is that money that you save from BLUEBELL, it's literally £120 difference. That £120 difference, you can get drinks, socialize, clubbing, save it.
And that's
you
per
can do
week.
so much. That's per week. Shit, that's a lot.
That's a fair point. But I don't think you're gonna hate it because it depends a lot on what kind of flatmates you get. You can hate BLUEBELL if you get flatmates that you just don't get on well because you need to share the kitchen anyways. And just put effort into making connections with people who you live with, and you're gonna be fine even if you live in Whitefield.
Next!
Next! That's exactly what I was thinking about.
Roots is the best accommodation
No, it's
ever.
not.
In my opinion, trust me when I tell you, Roots is where you find your best mate. Roots is where you go because first year, for most people, doesn't count. So you literally have nothing to lose. And you're just gonna go clubbing 24/7. It's open, you can literally walk from block A all the way to block Z.
It's exactly central.
It's central campus, so it's close to everything. And it's just amazing. Like, who doesn't want to live in Roots? You know, like, I had one of my best friends, she lived in Roots, and I would always just go to her place and chill because it was very chill. But that's all about it.
Basically, the thing with Roots is if you wake up 5 minutes before lecture, you can still make it if you live in Roots.
Sherbourne, my accommodation, the place that I stayed, is the second most expensive, or it's up there basically. Basically, Sherbourne is where you end up if you get rejected from Bluebell. It's very similar to how we end up at Warwick after getting rejected from Oxbridge. Same exact thing. Same exact thing. So, social life is really bad because you can't really socialize with other flats. You just have your flats. The good thing is you are there with 13 people. So you do have a chance to make a few friends. You'll always end up with someone, you'll always end up having a flatmate that does your course. So then you have a course buddy. It's very close to the new Sports and Wellness Hub, which they spent millions and millions and millions of pounds on. And that's honestly the best thing I can think of. Everything else about it is crap. If you want drama, that's where you go because that's where the stabbing happened, that's where buildings burn. It's a very far walk from everything.
And also one of the probably disadvantages of Sherbourne and advantages of Westwood. In Westwood we had our washing machines in every building, so you don't need to go to a different building to wash your clothes. In Sherbourne, you need to literally sometimes go to a different building to wash your clothes, and it's like not.
You do, and the thing about the washing machines at Sherbourne is they don't actually work. The dryers don't work, sorry.
Oh.
So you literally will have to spend £5 over and over and over again until your clothes dry, and guess what? They still don't dry. So waste of money, not worth it. Speaking of washing machines, you want to go somewhere where you don't require to pay money for washing machines, and that is CRYFIELD Townhouses, which is where I live. We have a washing machine in our kitchen.
Oh,
I
yeah, where you
literally-
live right now. You
so,
don't need to pay for it.
For convenient purposes, I chose to move back campus in my third year. I will be moving out very soon though, because I'm gonna get into that now. However, we get free washing machines. We don't pay money. There is a building where you can go and pay money, but I choose not to, and it saves me a shit ton of money. So CRYFIELD is also very close to the gym. It's very close to campus, close to the buses. It's honestly a good location. Here's the negative, and that's why I'm moving out. There is no service. There is no service. You can't call your mom, you can't call your boyfriend. Okay, Wi-Fi is shit. That's all I have to say.
Like my impression of CRYFIELDS, and I don't live there, but my impression when I come visit you, all of the kitchens are absolutely transparent, and because it gets dark now in winter after 4, so basically after 4 you turn on the light in the kitchen, so obviously you do it because you need to cook, you like socialize there, it's your common area kind of thing, and everyone can see who is in your kitchen and everyone can see everything. It's like a full transparency of your flat. And of course you have nothing to hide, but at the same time, just a basic privacy. I don't know, I wouldn't feel comfortable when everyone would be like staring at me. The next one is, do you know anyone from TOCIL?
Yes. Two people, basically I do lacrosse, and 2 people I know from lacrosse. They live in TOCIL, it's really chill. It's also close to a lot of things in campus. There's nothing that special about it, to be fair, it's just there. But the good thing about it is cheaper than a lot more accommodations. It's cheaper than a lot of accommodations. The only bad thing is you do have to share a bathroom, but who cares? In second year, you're gonna move on and share a bathroom anyways, so you might as well get used to it in first year.
TOCIL costs exactly the same per week as Westwood. But the rooms in TOCIL are smaller than in Westwood. I think the price comes from TOCIL being on central campus, which is helpful as well. Helpful. Next one, Lakeside.
Lakeside. So we're actually going to combine Lakeside and HERONBANK because they're next to each other. They're sisters.
Cares. course.
And I had a friend who lived in HERONBANK, and it's pretty much just like Lakeside. And they're just by the lake, and you're gonna see a lot of swans, a lot of geese. Not swans, geese.
You're gonna see a lot of geese, and
Yeah.
geese are really nice. Like they're amazing. It's really cute. But when the spring comes, it's like their mating season, and this is when the females are super aggressive and super protective of their children, and just don't get close to them. They will try to chase you, and it's not really that nice being chased by geese.
Out with my hair back and forth, out with my hair back and forth.
I can do this, you can't. Oh my head. But yeah, and another thing I wanted to say about Lakeside HERONBANK is that geese sometimes also shit all around everywhere. So, and also it relates to Sherbourne as well.
It reeks.
Spring,
It fucking
it's like
reeks.
everywhere, like everything. It's so hard not to step into it. Okay, it's of course it's natural environment, it's good for environment, but it's not good for your shoes. That's all it is. So
CRYFIELD standard is like the old CRYFIELD. Really bad, don't even think about it. I think they actually are, no, they actually destroyed it, didn't they?
oh,
Yeah, they
maybe,
destroyed it.
I don't know.
They destroyed it very recently, so there's no more CRYFIELD standard. So
I
don't
was there
even-
once.
Yeah, because my friend lived there in first year for 1 week, and then he was like, fuck this, and then they moved him to New CRYFIELD, which is where I'm living now.
Oh yeah,
So,
the rooms in CRYFIELD
it's
standard,
just-
like old CRYFIELD, were tiny. I remember I've been there once, like really tiny rooms. Jack Martin. One of
Jack
our friends
Martin
lived there.
is one of the best ones. It's
It's
pretty much like
nice.
Sherbourne and all those. Literally the only not good thing about Jack Martin is it's only 35 weeks left. So you have to move out on Easter break and Christmas break.
Oh.
That's literally it. You have to move all your shit out, put it in storage, spend money on that, and it's not worth it. You might as well get an accommodation where you can just keep your shit over Christmas break and Easter break. So that's pretty much it. So for those of you internationals that do go back home, get an accommodation where it's a 44 or 40 week left. 40 week left, not 44.
Yeah, 40-week lad is like perfect. But if you are from the UK and you can just like grab your suitcase and go home to your parents'
That's
house,
fine,
like
that's
literally in the
fine.
same country, you're home and you just don't need to overpay for another 5 weeks. What are the CRYFIELD apartments?
CRYFIELD apartment is like townhouse. It's a new thing, but it's for first years. So
Ah.
CRYFIELD townhouse is for postgraduates
Oh.
and returning students, and CRYFIELD apartments is for freshers. It's as simple as that. We
Yeah, okay, that's fine. So just the same thing. Just costs a little bit more.
move. It's literally that you're better off going to CRYFIELD than Bluebell. Arthur Vick,
It's like Jack Martin, pretty much.
yeah.
But a little bit more expensive. And it's quite good as well. It's also 35.
But once
weeks
again,
left.
it's a 35-week let, so you have to move out. So Arthur Vick and Jack Martin do not go because they're the only two. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're the only two. Yeah, where you have to move out over in Christmas and Easter break, and it's really not worth it.
Yeah, it just might be inconvenient. And the CLAYCROFT.
CLAYCROFT is near Tesco, and that's all you need to know.
Oh, and that's convenient because you don't need to walk too far. Because if you want to get your groceries and you live in Roots, don't go to the Roots grocery store.
It's expensive.
It's super expensive. So yeah, that was that.
That concludes our summary of Warwick accommodation.
So hopefully you choose the one for yourself that suits you best, and let us know in the comments what else you would like to know about Warwick Uni or Warwick.
You want
House.
any stories, story times, juicy gossip, any of that stuff? We have it. We literally have it. She's been through 4 years of uni. This is my 3rd year at uni. I'm telling you, we have stories. You
We
know?
have sent it to spill. Yeah, let us know in the comments when you want to know. Bye bye.
Say bye, Tommy.
Bye bye.
I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Oh my, we're filming. Now from the top, you make it drop. It's so wet.
Go to live in Westwood. What happens in Westwood?
Stays in Westwood.